Going to end the scourge of drug addiction in America. We are going to end it, or we are going to at least make an extremely big dent in this terrible, terrible problem.
Get ready. There's nothing on the camera. Read.
President Trump addresses the opioid epidemic sweeping the nation and how Central New York is helping people safely dispose of their drugs.
And it's that time of year. We are less than 2 weeks away from the midterms, and Central New York has some crucial races coming up.
A chaotic day in New York City and Washington, D.C. Police are responding to suspicious packages sent to various targets, including former President Barack Obama. Numerous suspicious packages have been found across the country, all the way from New York City to Florida. I'm Josh Radler.
And I'm Olivia Proya. That's our top story. A lot of new information is coming in today, but we're breaking it all down for you. According to the Secret Service, a suspicious package addressed to the former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton was intercepted late last night. This package, containing potentially an explosive device, was found during a routine mail screening.
And early this morning, Secret Service intercepted a package from another source, former President Barack Obama. Both devices were identified as potentially explosive devices and were handled as such.
Shortly after that, NYPD responded to another package found at the Time Warner Center in New York City. That package was addressed to former CIA Director John Brennan. According to the New York Police Department, all three packages contain crude pipe bombs that appear to be sent by the same person.
The frenzy didn't stop there. According to the Sunrise, Florida police, a fourth package was found at Congresswoman Debbie Wasserman Schultz's office. Just minutes later, it was confirmed that the package was addressed to former Attorney General Eric Holder, but had the wrong address. Wasserman Schultz was listed as the return address.
Later this afternoon, Governor Andrew Cuomo took to the podium to reassure New Yorkers to remain calm.
We refuse to be intimidated. We refuse to allow them to make us afraid of going through our daily lives. We have the best law enforcement agencies. We're all working together. We're all here, and we're going to go about our daily lives, enjoying this beautiful city and state.
As of now, another device addressed to Congresswoman Maxine Waters has also been intercepted. These packages all come after a pipe bomb was delivered to George Soros' home mailbox.
We will continue to follow this story throughout our newscast and at 4:45.
What was originally a call for a family dispute turned into a violent and brutal arrest. Now, 4 years later, Alonzo Grant finally receives closure.
We believe that this verdict is going to protect the people of Syracuse, the people of New York, and the people of this country.
A jury awarded Alonzo Grant and his wife a $1.5 million settlement against the city of Syracuse after his violent arrest back in 2014.
I got jumped from behind and thrown over my rail and beat.
But to Grant, it is not about the money he was awarded.
It's not about the money. It's never been about the money. It's the message that people should feel safe in their homes, and you know, we as people got rights.
Charles Bonner is Grant's attorney and spoke about the importance of the Fourth Amendment, which guarantees a person the right to be safe and secure in their own homes.
And any deviation, any Constitution violation is one too many, and it will put a hole into our Constitution and make us all unsafe.
Bonner believes that this verdict opens an opportunity for the people of Syracuse to demand something better from their police department.
The message here is that police officers, including the police union, must train officers to be truthful in their police report, to be truthful under the Constitution, to protect the American people. After all, the Constitution starts with we the people.
Grant does say that he is hopeful for the future and is hopeful that there will be change. Julia Milana, NCC News.
Grant says that the arrest was humiliating, and he is very thankful that his name has finally been cleared. It's officially been 1 week since Governor Andrew Cuomo sent state troopers in to help combat the uptick in violence in Syracuse. Trooper Jack Keller says troopers aren't too new to the area, which is exactly what's helping them crack down on crime.
Been in the city for a couple months and doing other programs. We're kind of familiar with the area, and with that comes the ability to pick out and hopefully weed out some of the issues that they're dealing with, whether it's drugs or gang activity.
Kids in the Soda Central School District are returning home from school. They were back at the school earlier today after classes were canceled yesterday as police searched for the person responsible for shooting and killing 28-year-old Joshua Niles and 24-year-old Amber Washburn. The fight over what's happened to the shopping mall continues, and it's not ending anytime soon. Incoming Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon says they are not backing down.
Let businesses sit here, utilize public services, and basically have every other county taxpayer pay their fair share, and they can sit there and collect rents and not pay theirs. That's not what we're about, and that's not what we're going to let happen going forward.
The Supreme Court was supposed to decide the mall's fate by next week, but they have now pushed that back to December 13th.
Midterm elections are heating up after last night's fiery debate between incumbent Governor Andrew Cuomo and Marcus Molinaro.
And with just days to go until polls open, NCC News reporter Jack Patel gives us an overview of the biggest races in central New York. Jack, what can we expect?
Well, guys, last night's governor debate was anything but friendly. Both Marcus Molinaro and Andrew Cuomo interrupting one another. It was very, very, you could tell that they just did not really like each other. A lot of the topics discussed: opioid crisis, Medicaid, and medical marijuana. And interestingly enough, 3 of the candidates for governor were actually not present at the debate. It's expected to be the only debate for governor, and Larry Sharpe, Howie Hawkins, and of course former Syracuse Mayor Stephanie Miner were not in attendance.
And closer to home, we have a really important 24th District congressional race. What's going on there?
So John Katko and Dana Balter actually have their first debate later tonight. That's going to be at 7, live streaming on Syracuse.com, and that'll be one of 4 debates that they're going to be doing throughout the area. So definitely be on the lookout for that.
Registration for this midterm election is higher than any other year in the past.
That's according to Dustin Zarni, who's the commissioner of the Onondaga County Board of Elections. He tells us he's preparing for a presidential election level turnout. And he says 10,000 absentee ballots have already been requested for this election, which compares to 7,500 total absentee ballots in 2014. That means there's been a 133% increase in absentee ballots in the past 4 years. The last day to postmark these absentee ballots is November 5th.
And the last day to drop them off in person is November 6th.
And now a different kind of forecast.